Hello, and welcome to the Psychology Department at the Coopers Company and Coborn School. My name is Mr. Ferreira, and I'm the head of department. If you do psychology at Coopers Coborn, you'll be taught by myself and Mrs. Harries. Every year, 12 and 13 students will be in our lessons. But you might be asking the question, what is psychology? And a very basic way to answer this is to say that psychology is the study of human behavior. So what do we mean by that? Well, what makes us behave the way we do? Is it our thoughts? Is it our actions? Or could it be our biology? It is even possible that there could be some underlying reason for our actions. Can we explain this behavior? Is it down to nurture or even nature? Do we have a free will? Or is everything that we do explained using biology or some other psychological way? These are the sort of questions we ask in psychology, and we use theories and research to help us understand the answers. At the Coopers Coborn and Company School, we follow the AQA specification, and these are the first 6 topics that we cover in Year 1. Social influence is a well-established topic in A-level psychology and looks at why people conform or why we obey, with a keen focus on the behavior of the Nazis during the Second World War. Is it possible to understand why some people are more independent to others? And can we use this knowledge to help change society? In memory, we ask the question, what is our memory? Can we represent it in some kind of model, like the working memory model? Is it possible to improve your memory, and how accurate can it be? We also see that we use the memory topic, applying it to the court case in the implications for eyewitness testimony. In attachment, we ask, well, how important is that first attachment and how do we form it? And what happens if we don't? Are there effects of separation from the parent and attachment figure? And do these attachments have an effect on our future relationships? We use approaches in psychology to try and understand our behavior. And you can see here we have 4 approaches. We have Pavlov and his dogs. We have the Freudian iceberg. We have biology and a person thinking or having cognitions. So can we use learning or thoughts or biology or maybe even unconscious drives to understand human behavior? We look at this in the approaches topic. A very interesting part of psychology is the psychology of abnormality. And we start with, can we define this? Are there explanations for phobias or compulsions or depressions? And, probably really importantly, can we treat psychological abnormality? Underpinning all of these first-year courses is research methods. We simply have to ask, how is research in psychology carried out? And is there anything that could have affected it differently? Do we need to write a hypothesis? What were the participants told? Are there any ethical considerations in the research that we've looked at? In the second year of the AQA specification, we go a lot deeper. We expect that you have a good understanding of the basics of psychology, so therefore we can look at a topic like biopsychology. Very challenging course, looking at how psychology can be defined by different biological theories and models. We also tackle the topic of issues and debates, where we consider whether there's gender or cultural biases in the research that we looked at. And once again, we underpin all of our second year with research methods and dig a little bit deeper and go into inferential statistics. On the right there, you'll see that we do have the options The options that we teach here at the Cooper's Company and Coborn School are relationships, eating behaviour, and addiction. These are our choices out of 9. The options were grouped into 3, and we chose these. At other places, colleges and schools, they may teach other options, such as schizophrenia, gender, and forensics. So if you're interested in doing psychology, but you don't want to do these options, you will have to look elsewhere. Considering both the first year and the second year, do these topics interest you? If they do, you should consider taking the A-level psychology at the Cooper's Company and Coborn School. I'm going to take a step back again and ask, well, why should I take an A-level psychology? Because there are so many choices here at the school. Well, we've noticed over the years that good psychology students have inquiring minds and critical thinking skills. So therefore, we believe that the A-level psychology will certainly help you in the future. We also know that through writing and feedback from the teachers that our students have a clarity of expression and are able to manipulate data and apply theory to everyday life. Once again, skills that are very useful for you in the future. We know that psychology gives you English, science, and math skills, and that is why we require certain grades to enter the A-level psychology. There's writing, there's reading, and there's understanding of both data and calculations. So therefore, it's important that you consider this before you take the course. Thinking about the future, we also know that employees really like people who can analyze problems and find solutions. So therefore, the A-level psychology and possibly a psychology degree will certainly help you with that. And psychologists can design complex ways of researching behavior, an important process to the work. We also know that psychology, because we look at understanding human behavior, could help you to work with others. Finally, universities are looking for students with higher order thinking skills, and psychology encourages you to analyze and to evaluate theories and studies, substantiating evidence to produce kind of sound conclusions. These all sound like the skills that universities require, and that is why you should take an A-level psychology. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this video and you've considered whether psychology is the right subject for you at Cooper's Company and Coborn School. Bye for now. Psych out.